What you see on this diagram is the lining of the trachea and the bronchi and the bronchioles and the nasal cavity. All of them will have this mucus producing cells that we call globate cells, and also these other cells here that have this sticking out cilia. So what you see here is these structures that you see here that look like hair. Actually, they are very fine, very thin filaments, which are called cilia. Right? So this is called cilia. Right? A lot of very thin hair-like structures. Right? But what they do is a very important job. They help sweep away mucus. So here, if we have some mucus that is coming out of these cells here, these are the mucus secreting cells. So the mucus will come out, will form a layer on top of the cilia. So here all this is mucus and mucus. Right on the lining of the trachea there is a layer of mucus, and that mucus is constantly beaten, pushed by cilia. Right? In which direction? Well, the mucus will be swept by cilia. Let's say cilia here in the bronchi, right? In the bronchioles. All of these pipes are covered with cilia and mucus, and the cilia will be pushing the mucus upwards. In the trachea too, you see, upwards, towards the larynx. That's why when you have the flu, you have all this mucus coming from the respiratory tract, right, upwards, and then when it reaches the larynx is when you have this sensation to cough. And cough it off, cough it out, or you may swallow it also because the esophagus is right behind, right? So that is the very important function of cilia. Don't forget the name, right? Cilia, C-I-L-I-A. Cilia is the hair-like structures, filaments, very thin, right? Hair-like filaments which push the mucus away from the respiratory tract that will be upwards towards the trachea, right? So that is very important because that will help remove dead bacteria and also any solid foreign body that may go into the lungs. So let's say if you are in a very dusty or smoky environment, the smoke particles, solid particles in smoke or solid particles in dust, in the air, you see dust, that may end up in your lungs. And then the cilia will be beating the mucus, the sticky mucus upwards. And then the solid particles will be removed. So that cilia is constantly moving. The one that we have in the nasal cavity will sweep the mucus downwards, and the one that we have in the respiratory tract will be sweeping the mucus upwards. Everything towards the larynx here so that you can cough it out or swallow it, right?